General Hospital spoilers reveal that Alexis is relentless in her pursuit of the truth behind Sam's killer, despite the mounting pressure on her and her family. The immense loss has not only caused deep sorrow but also brought unprecedented dangers. As Alexis digs deeper into the case, she realizes that she is not just facing a simple murderer, but possibly a more complex conspiracy, a dangerous force willing to do anything to stop her from uncovering the truth. Recently, the Davis family has been overwhelmed with pain and instability. Molly and Christina, despite wanting to support their mother, find themselves drawn into the tension. The arguments between the two sisters are escalating as they can't agree on how to seek justice for Sam. Christina wants to take immediate action, unafraid to confront those involved, while Molly tries to find a more lawful approach. But with so many forces manipulating the situation, will the law be able to deliver justice, or will the Davis family have to take matters into their own hands? A change is unfolding. Alexis, who has always strived to maintain her composure and self-control, now feels as if she is on the brink. The anger, pain, and sense of helplessness as justice remains out of reach are slowly eroding her will. Those around her begin to notice the change. Alexis is no longer just relying on the law to find the truth, and may be willing to go to greater lengths to expose the person behind her daughter's death. But the truth is not easy to grasp. As she gets closer to key clues, Alexis realizes that a more powerful force is at work than she originally thought. Warning signs begin to appear, anonymous threatening calls, and even signs that someone is watching her and her family. These developments not only push Alexis into extreme stress but also make Christina and Molly realize that time is running out. If they don't act quickly, could they become the next victims? Things are spiraling further. This is no longer just an investigation, it's a fight for survival. Alexis knows that if she doesn't find out who killed Sam, not only will her family be at risk, but innocent people in Port Charles could be too. But the biggest question remains, can Alexis keep herself together in this battle, or will she lose control and fall into a spiral she can't escape? Port Charles is facing an unprecedented storm, and as the truth is about to be revealed, no one can predict what will happen next. A big shock is waiting, and when it erupts, the town will never be the same. Alexis can't sit still while the truth about Sam's death remains hidden in the dark. She has already lost so much, and this time, she won't let the pain overpower her. Instead, she's turning it into motivation to find the one who caused this tragedy. Although she knows the road ahead is fraught with danger, Alexis is determined to continue. But she didn't expect that what she would face would not only change her life but could shake Port Charles to its core. Step by step, Alexis follows the clues she has gathered, from fragmented information about Sam's case to the shadowy figures involved. She knows the truth isn't easily revealed, especially when someone is determined to keep it hidden at all costs. As she gets closer to the answers, she realizes she's caught in something much bigger than she ever imagined. Cyrus's name starts to surface among the pieces Alexis is putting together. Even though he has claimed to reform, Alexis knows that Cyrus has never truly changed. If he is involved in Sam's death, it means she's up against one of the most dangerous people in Port Charles. But what worries Alexis isn't just Cyrus, it's the forces behind him. These forces can manipulate the law, control information, and even erase any trace of anyone who dares to enter their domain. Alexis begins to feel the invisible presence of a threat lurking behind her. No direct warning is given, but everything around her seems to be changing. The people she meets while searching for information suddenly become cautious. There are anonymous messages warning her to stop, and it even feels like someone is following her. One night, as she steps out of her office, she feels a shiver down her spine when she notices a strange car parked nearby. It could just be a coincidence, but maybe not. But Alexis can't back down. She knows that if she stops, Sam's killer will remain free forever, and she'll never get the answers she needs. She can't let this fade away. She can't let her daughter's death remain an unsolved mystery. But it is at this moment that she realizes her investigation is no longer just about finding the killer, it's a fight for survival. Christina and Molly both sense the change in their mother. Both want to help, but they know Alexis has entered a dangerous path. Christina, with her fiery nature, wants to be part of the investigation, to confront those who've shattered their family. Meanwhile, Molly tries to pull her mother back, warning that she may be going too far and putting the whole family into an uncontrollable situation. But Alexis can't listen. The deeper she digs, the more she realizes Sam wasn't the only victim. There are other cases, other deaths, all with faint traces but enough to suggest a larger conspiracy at play. Cyrus might just be the tip of the iceberg, and the true masterminds could be far more dangerous. This leads Alexis to a chilling question. Was Sam killed simply because she knew too much? The pressure on Alexis and her family is mounting. If someone is willing to kill Sam to keep a secret, could she and her loved ones be the next targets? Can she continue the investigation without putting herself in even greater danger? And if the truth is too dark to accept, can she face it without losing herself? This story is no longer just about justice. It's a battle to survive, and Alexis knows she only has two choices, either find the truth or be swallowed by the darkness before she can do so. But what she doesn't expect is that the real nightmare hasn't even begun. And when it erupts, Port Charles will never be the same. Alexis never expected that her return to Pentonville would lead to a discovery that could change everything. The place that once held her prisoner during a haunting time now becomes the source of a secret that could topple a dark power structure. She spent months within the cold walls of this prison, listening to stories from other inmates, witnessing shady dealings happening right in front of her eyes, and feeling the pervasive fear that hung over the place. But back then, all she wanted was to survive and escape. Now, she realizes that Pentonville may hold the key to bringing the truth about Sam's death to light. Secret conversations, whispers in the dark, faces she once thought insignificant, all are coming together to form a terrifying story beyond anything she could imagine. And at the center of it is Cyrus. Alexis knows that Cyrus is not just a criminal with a past. He is a manipulator, a venomous snake who can control everything without ever having to act directly. But when she uncovers evidence inside Pentonville, perhaps a list, a recording, or the confession of someone who once worked for him, she realizes that the truth is far more horrific than anyone imagined. Cyrus didn't just order Sam's death, he might be behind a series of unsolved crimes. This evidence doesn't just confirm that Cyrus is linked to Sam's death, it reveals a network of power he's built from behind bars. He has allies everywhere, from within the prison system to influential people on the outside. If Alexis truly exposes this truth, she not only puts herself in danger but could spark a conflict that sends Port Charles into chaos. This investigation is no longer just a search for answers. It is a disaster waiting to explode. Alexis knows she cannot act recklessly. She needs allies, a plan to deal with Cyrus before he realizes she's uncovered his secret. But will she have enough time? If Cyrus knows she holds the information that could destroy him, will he let her walk away? Port Charles is on the brink of a new storm, and Alexis holds the spark that could ignite it all. She has the choice to stay silent to protect herself and her family, or to enter this battle, accepting all the consequences to bring justice for Sam. One thing is certain, when the truth is exposed, no one in Port Charles will be safe. And with Cyrus, a beast cornered, anything can happen. Alexis is slowly losing herself in the whirlwind of truth and vengeance. As the evidence about Cyrus becomes clearer, and she realizes he's not only behind Sam's death but is also pulling the strings from inside Pentonville, she can no longer suppress the anger rising within her. She has spent her entire life believing in justice, in the legal system, but this time, everything she trusted has become meaningless. Sam's death wasn't an accident, it was the result of a dark conspiracy, and Cyrus is still free, still holding power to destroy everything. The pain, loss, and sense of helplessness have transformed Alexis into a different person. She is no longer the woman who stood on the sidelines, trying to stay composed and trust in the law. Now, she is ready to do whatever it takes to exact revenge. And once Alexis makes that decision, nothing will stop her. She knows that if she goes to the police, if she hands over the evidence, everything might still be covered up. Cyrus has allies everywhere, and he's escaped justice too many times. But if she takes matters into her own hands, if she becomes the hunter rather than the victim, then this time, Cyrus will have no chance. A new plan is forming in Alexis's mind. She no longer cares about the consequences, she no longer worries about losing everything. All she cares about now is how to make Cyrus pay. She has made her plan, and she's ready. When the time comes, Port Charles will witness a version of Alexis it has never seen before, a woman who has nothing left to lose, ready to destroy her enemy with her own hands. But Alexis doesn't realize that in her madness, she is also putting herself in danger. Cyrus is not an easy adversary, and if she truly steps into this battle, there may be no turning back. Christina and Molly are worried as they see their mother change in ways they've never seen before. They know that if Alexis continues down this path, she may not only lose everything but also put herself in deadly danger. The end of Cyrus is near, but the bigger question is, who will be the one to strike? Will Alexis truly be the one to end it all, or will her fury make her the prey instead of the hunter? If Alexis strikes, can she live with the consequences, or will this be the moment that pulls her into darkness forever? Port Charles is about to witness an unavoidable disaster, and when this storm erupts, no one can predict who will survive. One thing is certain, Alexis is no longer the woman she once was. She has crossed the line of sanity, and now, it's all about vengeance.